All right. Can we cover that window with something? Gam, hello, hello. Gam, sorry. My daughter's apologizing. She made me take it off. Hey, Violet, honey. We were trying to watch your live, and we couldn't hear you. We were there. Much love. Me and Gam were there. I just, we had to leave, so. Oh, did you know your sound was off? We were trying to tell you. You did such a good job crocheting. I saw you. Are you left-handed? I was trying to ask you, but you didn't see. Are you left-handed? Because I love watching people that crochet with the left hand. That's like my favorite kind of crochet to just watch for entertainment. Or the ones that hold their crochet hook like a... I hold it like a knife. Oh yeah, in the comments, I don't think they worked because they were lagging. I'm so sorry. Something's going on with YouTube today. You're right-handed. Oh, I wonder why it showed the other way. Oh. Do you guys see me right-handed or left-handed? Do you see my hand? This is my right hand. Do you see it? I saw you hold the yarn in this hand. And then you hold the hook with this hand. That's what I thought I saw. Oh, interesting. Maybe you're, I don't know. Maybe I didn't see right. Sorry, I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna get a hook real quick. The girls are setting up. Just girls, keep your face out. Sorry, they're kind of bringing all their gang. I'm letting them play a little bit since we're just hanging out with Gam to learn a little bit. Just keep your face out, okay, sweetie? You can leave the kitchen if you want, honey. No, you can leave it if you want. Okay, Gam, are you ready? Did you? What hook are you using? Are you? That's a pretty stone. Look at this, Gam. I bet you'd like that since you like blue. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just so terrible when... So here's the thing, guys. If we're going to start to hang out more regularly, if we're doing lives regularly... Hi, Ronnie. We need to give each other somehow contact so we can tell each other. Like, hey, check your... Like, text you or something or email you. Hey, check your comments or refresh your YouTube. So we can all kind of keep each other, but we'll see. Oh, that's okay, Ronnie. Because then I could text you and tell you, hey, your chat is, or somebody, or your friend. Tell your friend that watches, that has like your, that can text you, and then you, yeah, Daddy. Look what she put a hat on, Daddy.
Looks like cakes.
You gotta scoop it like this, like cool children. Like this. There. Over one eye covered, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know this Discord thing. But it sounds good. Okay, Katie, here's Daddy. What she means by Daddy is that she drew a portrait of Daddy and I crocheted it. That's his goatee? That's his beard that he has?
No, it's his tongue.
That's your tongue? That's Daddy's tongue? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you have a friend that keeps you in check on your lives. I tried to get my husband, but he was sleeping since he woke up with the children at 4 a.m. this morning. Okay, Gam, are you there? Gam is gonna try to crochet today. Yeah, there you are. So are you setting up your little station for crocheting? Is the music too loud? Let me know. My daughter's, all crochet toys. These are my practice ones. This was 2 months ago, guys. I've progressed from this to this. That's supposed to be an arm. A dinosaur. That was a dinosaur. Hi, Mac. Yes, I do remember you. This looks like a goose too, huh? No, it doesn't. This looks like... This is a mushroom. Boink. Boink. A little too loud. Okay. You were making a mini turtle. I saw you make... I thought it was a little ball. That was cute. Okay, Gam. Here we go. Are you set up, everything? They look so cool. Thanks. This was one of my first toys too. See, my stitches were so big. I was still learning about stitching under and over. There's a difference. By the way, Gam, are you learning amigurumi or crocheting? Because there's a difference. You see this toy right here? This was my practice toy. You see how you can see... All right, hold on, baby. No, mommy's talking, sweetie. Hold on. See these little holes? That means I was stitching with the wrong hook. Okay, so there's over and under type of stitches. And this was regular, like I was crocheting a blanket. But amigurumi is not meant to be like that. Amigurumi has to be tight like this. Tight stitches and over, they look like little X's. Like an X. Sweet. You see right here? An X. Using small yarn. I know, right? So usually you have to go like 1.5 to 2 sizes lower. People say 2, but for example, if I got yarn that's supposed to use a 4 hook, I can't go to a 2 because 2 would be so super tight. So I go to about a 3.5 and it works just fine for me. So the rule of thumb of 2 hook sizes low, it does not always apply. Tell me, is the music okay? Okay, let me know. But yeah, see, for example, look at these stitches, how nice they are. You can't see any of the filling. And there are little crosses. Okay, the music is... Oh, bye, Violet. Love to you. So, I have to complete this little bunny. It's not done. This was a slipper for anybody wondering, and I crocheted into it. Hi, Lonely. Okay, Gam. You can ask me anytime. This is for you. So, magic circle. You got your yarn, you got your hook that you're using. I'm using too big of a hook. This is 5.5. This does not belong with this yarn. Yes, it is a little card. I made this a long time ago, just practicing, and it was awful. I mean, it's been so used and played with. But yeah, it was my practice when I just started with the amigurumi. Is she still sleeping? Oh, good. You're using a 4 hook. That's fine. Use whatever you can while you're learning. It doesn't matter. Plus, I'm using a big one so you can see. I could use bigger yarn, but you like blue, so I thought blue. So, magic circle is what you're working on, right? You can turn on. It's okay. Grab the yarn in your hand. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Grab your yarn, the tail end in your hand. Leave it a little bit, like the size of your 4 fingers. I think that's plenty. And then go around 2 fingers. You can keep it snug if you want, or looser. I don't think it matters when you're just practicing. I don't think you're gonna crochet right the first time. You gotta do like 5 magic rings first before you can kind of like get working, so you don't forget. Okay, so hold the tail, go around 2 fingers and cross it over and just leave it and pinch it with your thumb. You got it? Okay. Then if you want, I could show you with the hook how I do it, or do you want me to show you with my fingers first?
And I to show you something.
Not yet. Not yet. What do you want to show? Wait, that's too close. What is it? The pen?
Pen. Flick your fingers.
Okay. Oh, okay, she's showing you how to do it. Okay, hook. So I threw it over. I pinched it with my hand to hold it all in place. And then I'm just going to come back here and hook down. And I'm going to scoop the yarn. And so scoop the yarn and pull it up like this.
Ice cream.
I know, my little ice cream thing. I was trying to have some, but the ice cream was too hard. And then put your finger on this. Secure it. And if you can, release it slowly so it doesn't move too much. But maybe it's too complicated this way. Maybe I should do it in an easier way. And then you kind of pinch the work down. I slowly move my pointer up and I tighten it as I do it, but that's like with more practice. And then you chain one.
Looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, baby. See?
Jellyfish looks silly.
And then it's on here, so it's secure, and you can let it go. If you want to see if it's good ring, just tug and see if it closes. And that's a good ring. I'm so sorry. See? Okay, let's do it again. Grab about 4 fingers worth of yarn. You could do a long if that makes you happier. Go around. Shh. Why do you do sound effects up here? Cross it over. Let it go. Eventually you'll start to like work with your hand in many other ways that you'll find yourself. These are all your tools. All your fingers are your tools. So eventually you start to kind of manipulate the yarn easier, like holding like this. Eventually. And then, so basically, if I want to hold in tight, I pinch it, and then I scoop, and I bring it around. And if you get, and then you put your finger, I'm so terrible at teaching. Put your index, I think an index finger, up here, release it. I'm holding on to this yarn, though. And then I do my little, see, if you do a simple, tension with your hand, you can always work easy with it. That's why I chose on top of my ring finger and over my index, so it goes like this around my middle finger. And then I keep this ring finger, it keeps it tight right here, not because of my ring, but it keeps it tight right here, and I move it tight or not tight. And then this one I control the movement up here. So I've seen some people do like a whole bunch of twists. That's so ridiculous to me. I mean, if it works for them, but imagine you're doing this ring, right? See, it's still here because I was holding it. Imagine if you're doing this ring and then you stop and then you have to do this for just a quick little chain. And then you have to release. And then you want to, again, twist. So don't learn to twist too complicatedly. I mean, you can get fancy if you want, eventually, Gam. You know, if you want to be, you know, super. But for me, I found it around the middle finger like this is the easiest because I can feel my tension here. I can control it tight. And my pointer feels it, like I work on it like this. And so I manipulate it with this finger. Yeah. No, I left for the man. Okay, sorry guys. My husband came to that fried rice that I cooked on live earlier. Okay, let's do it again. 2, pinch, scoop. See, when I do it relaxed, it's so much different than when I show it. But I do like this and then I release it. That's my go-to. I release it. And then I pinch it with 2 fingers right here. And then I do it. This is like my technique. And then I release it. I scoop it. And then I do a chain. Once you got a chain, you're good to go. So keep practicing, Gam, like this, okay? Keep practicing until you get this. And then you can either pull out the little yarn tail or leave it in. It does not matter. As long as when you're working on these 2. That's your working area. So now I'm going to just yarn under and make a single crochets. So I yarn under because I'm doing amigurumi, but usually I would yarn over for like blankets. But you don't have to worry about that. I think if you yarn over or under, whatever you can learn, however you can learn, for now is good enough. Because you can do amigurumi with both, yarning over and under. Don't worry about that yet. So then I'm doing single crochets around these two, just to show you a few. And then I pull out this yarn, I untangle it. I don't leave it like wrapped around. Shh, Katie, please. Mommy seems to shout whenever I talk over you. And then you kind of pinch it here and you pull it. Now, a good rule of thumb is, if you're still there, Gam, is, let me show you a technique for finding this very first stitch. Because it's probably going to be a little bit hard for you since you're starting off. Let me undo this real quick. Ooh, I made a knot. That's okay. We'll leave it for now. So, I'm going to start again that chain. And then that's not your first stitch, the chain. It's the very first single crochet that you make, or double, whatever. So now you see right here, I'm going to pull it to show you. This, shh, Leah. This right here is your very first stitch. This first little A, 2 lines, V, whatever you want to call it. This first one right here, not the knot. Which the knot, sometimes if you leave it big enough, you could mistake it for a stitch. But anyway, this is the stitch. So what you do at this point, you add a stitch. This is too big. I'm sorry. Let me get it better. But you stick a stitch marker in there. And then after you're done, you put the stitch marker in the very first stitch. Is my chat working, guys? Somebody write me in the chat if it's working, because I have not seen anything for a very long time, Gam. And then you continue. And then, John, will you check my chat, please? Thank you, honey. Oh, good, Lonely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Thumbs up. Wonderful. So then, watch this. I'm going to tighten the magic ring. And then, guess what's waiting for me? This little stitch. So now, you won't get so confused. When I learned this, I did not know about this trick. So for me, I had to always find that first stitch. Sorry, my girls are kind of loud. Just shush them every now and then, John. Remind them. Okay. So then, you either, if your stitches marker is small enough, oops, then you just work right beside it. Just insert it. Mine is a little big, but I can still probably force it. Yeah, here. And you just work right next to it and get that stitch, get that first stitch, or just release it. Oh, and another thing, if it's so tight, sometimes it's so tight, that first stitch. So when you release your marker, see how puffed up it is? Sorry, is this yarn bad enough to show? John, please. This right here is, see how the big hole? Anyway, point is it's easier to insert your first stitch. So then I got my very first. Just too much banging, that's all. They're fine to play. That's okay, don't worry, guys. You're lost. Okay, what are we doing now? Gam, are you... Forget this part. Are you... did you do... Okay, what did you... how far did you get? Sorry, I just want to make sure you're okay. You lost your ring? That's okay, just undo everything and start again. Or did you... What are you talking about? What ring did you lose? I'm gonna try to undo this little knot while you type. Girls, rearrange the chaos of these toys. Katie, come here and rearrange so people can see what you're showing them. Okay, can you undo your ring if you lost it? I don't know what that means, you lost it, but can you undo it real quick so we can try again? Get out, sweetheart. Okay. Again, find your tail. I guess let's keep practicing this part then. Okay. I'll just show you slow. What are you doing? Did you do this part? Girls, you have to be a little bit quieter, honey. Or you go upstairs. Choose. Okay. Yam, are you following? It's alright if they're talking. They're not banging. Okay. Gam, talk to me. Where are you at?
People pooping pants are repeated.
Girls, why are you talking about pooping in pants?
This
Shh, mommy's doing it live. Everybody can hear you. Put this on the fridge. Is your doll? Are your dolls pooping in their pants? Is that what you're saying here?
Yeah.
You're funny. Okay. All right, Gam. Well, I'll just show you so you can see a visual at least. Pinch the tail end. That's so important. The working yarn is loose back here. Go around 2 fingers, cross it over. You got a little cross, a little X. Always hold your thumb on whatever you're doing to keep it in place. Thanks, Lonely. Always keep your thumb to keep everything in place. So try to remember this. Your thumbs and your pointers are your tools for crocheting. You have to, whatever you're doing, however you're handling the yarn, always remember these are your tools. Whether you're holding the hook, whether you're manipulating the hook, twisting, it's always these 2 fingers. And when you're manipulating the yarn, you're always going to work with these 2 fingers. So, see? These are helpful, but these are more important. I'm pinching the yarn. I'm holding the yarn with this finger. I am getting the working yarn over my finger here. Every time I do anything, there's always my thumb and my pointers are working mainly. And then you have, hi Ella, you have this middle finger back here is where you rest your work, unless you don't. If you find a better, more comfortable place, then you do you. But this is where I keep my work in place, my middle finger, like this. It's always what's keeping my work. So between this finger works the yarn, up and down, the tension, the release of it. I could go for like an hour without releasing and repositioning, because this finger always works up and down and holds the tension. But you've got your middle finger, that's always going to be your little resting place. So as long as you learn what your fingers are supposed to do, you know, if you're right-handed, I'm so sorry I don't know the left hand, but that's okay, Ella, don't worry. You're having a hard time with the ring, that's okay. So as long as your hands don't get like confused what your fingers need to do first, because once your fingers know what to do, the rest is easier. The manipulating of the yarn, it's all learn it. So find your hands. When you ground your hands to know what they're doing, then you can do anything. Okay, so I got my little thing is still on the hook. You can put that down. See, it's still here waiting for you. That's why you always secure it. Now I'm coming back here. So I start really close, sweetie. John. So you see how tight it is right here? Okay, listen to me. You're too loud, sweetheart. Mommy can't focus. I need to teach Gam, okay? And maybe some other people that are learning too. And if you're talking so much and you're not playing quietly, everybody can hear you, not me. And I'm playing music too. Maybe that's not helpful. Okay, so what I was trying to say about your finger is pinch it close, because then you can always release a little bit and move in position. Don't pinch back here, because then you can't get closer unless you like tug your yarn tight. But what I meant to say is come close, because you can always move away and secure your work and whatnot, whatever it is. Like this has changed. Katie, you're not listening, so you have to go upstairs and play there. You can be loud up there. Please go. All right, come on. Here we go. I'm getting to the crochet in the ring. sweetie. I already gave you like 3 chances. Hi, Maddie. You woke up, cutie pie. Sorry, my baby woke up. I'm going back into the magic ring, securing it here.
Come on, Leah.
Repositioning my hand. 1 chain. So, Gam, are you at least here? Tell me when you get here. And then I'll show you how to work into the magic ring. Okay, Gam. If this magic ring method is too hard for you, I have another one you can use. Do you want to learn this one, or do you want to learn an easier one? To me personally, this one's easier, but a lot of people say the other way is easier for them. Do you want to learn that one? It's really not a magic ring, it's just an alternative to it. Do you want to try something else? Maybe it'll be easier for you because this one is loose, and because you're working with a resizing, like you can make it tighter, bigger. Sure. Okay. So the other type of magic ring is basically you start your chains. Have you done chains, Gam? Okay. So I'm doing the same thing. Once again, we're starting over the thumb, over the 2 fingers, I mean, with a little X. I'm doing a chain. So I'm scooping it, but this time I hold both tails and I pull it up. And then I yank on the working yarn and I make it super tight. Okay, and it closes it, see? Okay, now we're doing like a chain. So I'm going to take my working yarn and let this one go. And now I'm going to make, I think it's 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. I think it's 4. Sometimes 3. Depends how tight you want it. You've got 4 chains. And now if I'm going to do it again. If you just want to watch. Then you go into one of these V's. It doesn't matter which one. You got your very beginning. There's like a little V twisted thingy. It doesn't matter where. Just stick your hook in it. Wherever it goes. Even if it splits the yarn, it doesn't matter. At least for now it doesn't. See? I got it in there. And then you close the ring. With the slip stitch. Sorry. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I was trying to make sure I do it right. So you got it. You closed it. This one here, now you have to find the center. So you just basically, maybe I should have done it bigger. Let me demonstrate bigger because this is so hard to see. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's okay, Gam. So I'm going to do more than 4 chains. I'm going to do like 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to go in the very first one. And then slip stitch. I don't like this one because I like to control my magic ring. And just doesn't matter where the tail goes. And then, oops, you open up the circle. So you can see it. Oh, I'm sorry, Lonely. And then you basically work into the circle. The same way you do a magic circle. So I've done 1 single crochet. And then just keep going inside. 2. So this version of a circle is good for like flowers. When you crochet flowers. Or anything that you want a big circle in the middle for. I'm just doing single crochets all around. Alright, Gam. And see, now it has a big old circle and you cannot adjust it. Like, I could tug all I want. I cannot make this tight. So it's not ideal, in my opinion, for amigurumi. Because I want to work for this type of circle. Super tight and closed. And this method, I cannot do that with. Unless I start really super, super tight in the very beginning. So let's start with a little tighter. yarn over, a little X. I'm going to do, oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot we're not doing that one. Pull through and pull both tails and pull the working one. Let's see if I can do like a 3. Maybe it's gonna be tight enough. Okay, sweetie, you are just so silly right here, passing gas right on mommy's live. Sorry guys, she's 5. Honey, do you need to go take a break somewhere in the bathroom? Go, silly girl. Sorry guys. Okay, see, when it's so tight, it frustrates me because I can't find that circle. So, no matter how easy this one is, or in people's opinion, I don't get it. How is it easier when you're trying to make a tight little circle? Gam, you might have to learn the other one. Okay, let me show you one more time. Let me do it with 4 and see if I could find it. Oops, there we go. 4 chains. I did 3 and it was way too small. 4 chains. Grab one of these first loops. Slip stitch. Okay, let's see. All right, 4 chains is a little bit better. I can see a little hole in there. Gam, I don't know what you're doing. Let me know where you're progressing to. And then I'm going to insert right through the center there. And I'm going to pull through and secure a single crochet. Okay, so that's small enough. Let's see if I can get 6 single crochets in here. Because that's kind of standard amigurumi beginnings. They're usually about 6. Sometimes 8. And if you're doing big giant plushies, you probably start with like 8, 12, kind of. Let's see, 6. 1, that's 4, 6. Oh, that's 7. And the circle is so big. Let me see if I can tighten it. Nope, cannot do it. See? So, you can use this method while you practice. If you don't care for it to be so loose right here. See? It's really, really big hole. And I cannot adjust it. Gam, are you listening? Or are you here, I mean? Not that you're listening. Meaning... Alright. Should I show you again the regular magic circle? Where's that goose guy? My latest. Gam, if I'm going too fast, please let me know, okay? I do want you to learn the magic circle today. That's my goose. Whoever hasn't seen it on my channel, he's featured in a short. Nizera, hello. Have you seen the video? Gam, honey, are you following? All right, I'm pinching. We have to do the adjusted one. Push through it. I know it's harder. I'm sorry. X on top. We're gonna scoop. However you scoop it. Tightly. Oh, good. I'm glad you saw it. Or like this. Grab it. Hold it. Is this part too hard the way I'm going about it? I could try to, let's see. I could, oops. See it, like my instinct is to release it. I could hold it tight. Come here, scoop it out. But see, I have to yarn over and it's kind of tricky. Ah! Yeah, that's too complicated. It's just easier to learn to hold the yarn and manipulate it like this rather than the other way. I like my suitcase. That's right. And then single crochet. Maybe get one. Can you do at least one single crochet, Gam? Have you gotten this far to one single crochet? If you work one successfully, the rest should be pretty easy. Meaning less complicated, not really easy, because I know it's the beginnings are really hard. Okay, once you have this very first single crochet, Do you want to put a stitch marker in it or not? It's up to you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get a better stitch marker than that. In my little trusty storage container. I'm still waiting to entrap a turtle in this and make a short video out of it. Like I'm rescuing it, you know? Still waiting on that idea to come to fruition. Okay. I'm going to get a stitch marker like this. These are kind of nice because they stay in place better. The one I'm using right now, the circle one, this one, it falls out a lot. So, you've got your single crochet. Take the hook out or not. And then right here is that one very first single crochet, that little V. And you just insert your stitch marker into it. There. See? JJ. Okay, there's the stitch marker. Now it's waiting for you. Hey, Reet Guile. Sorry, sorry. Okay, and then from here, now that you've got the first one so you can find it, you just insert again and hook it over, hook it under, as long as you hook it once. So I'm going, that's over the yarn, and you pull. And then there is going under it and twist and pull. So there's two versions, two ways to serve different purposes. For amigurumi, it's over is better. For the other guys, under is fine. For the other guys, for the for crocheting blankets and stuff. So that's first one. Let's keep going. One more single crochet. The whole time, Gam, keep in mind. Oh, very nice. Sorry I couldn't say your name. Hi, Joshua. You always have to hold your work in place. Because if you try to like work and release and work, you might lose your little ring. So try to always slow down and take it slow and hold it as much as you can. Work against your fingers. Always keep it together. You'll get faster later. First you go slow and then yarn, pull through, hold it, release your yarn, hold it, pull. And if it gets too high, sorry, I don't know, Josh, what you mean what? See how it's so big? If it's too flimsy, then tighten it. Pull this little tail and tighten it a bit. Make it smaller. See? If it's easier for you, sorry, we crochet. We are learning to crochet. I usually crochet, but today I'm helping Gam crochet. And then you work into... Oh, Gam is learning. My friend Gam. And whoever wants to. I could crochet in a little bit if she's too tired of this. Gam, don't feel under pressure that you have to do it today. I just really wanted you to get started so we can move to the next stage. But if you're not ready, honey, don't worry about it, okay? So when you're at the end, then you pull, you hold it here first, pinch it hard. Not too hard, but like firm enough. And then pull this little tail. And it shrinks. And sometimes, see if I have the stitch marker here. Sometimes when you pull it, it tightens it so bad that you can't find that first one. So it's very good to keep the stitch marker here and stretch it a bit. Pull on it a bit. And release it. Sorry, Red Leg Guile. No. Sorry, I'm saying your name so bad. Okay. I want to call you Reggie. Sorry. And there you go. We are starting the second row. As soon as you're in here, you can go on to the second row. And now, see back here, this tail hangs out, you just pinch and pull it whenever it gets larger. What I do after about one more row or two more rows, I take it and I weave it in. Basically, I take a needle and I sew it through the ring here. And then that's it. It will never move. Or at least, if you sew it right, it won't move. And now, usually the second row of any amigurumi is increasing twice in one. So I'm going to add 2 in 1. Oh, good, Jean. I'm so glad. So then, I usually put a stitch marker here just because, you know, sometimes if you are so good and you can see where the circle ends, then more power to you. Don't use stitch marker. But I think sometimes it gets so kind of confusing, so it's easier to just use a stitch marker. Okay, Yam, have you gotten to this part or not really? So, magic circle, guys, I just wanted to say, when you're using plush yarn like this right here is different. You close plush yarn differently for magic circle. I know, I hope so too, Nizara. So, I'm going to show you with plush yarn if you want to see. Because the magic circle is a little bit kind of different. Works differently. So, I have velvet yarn. This is a very nice plushy baby velvet, super cozy and soft. This little hat is made from it for my goose. So would be nice to see me, you mean, or who? Sorry, Jean. I'm sorry, you can't. You're good now. It's all right, Gam. I can show you. Just keep watching and keep practicing with your hands. Okay. I'm going to show you with the plush now. So, I'm so sorry. You didn't say you. It would be nice to see. I don't know why I read you. I'm so sorry. Jean. Sorry. I'm so funny. I try to read fast and I look away and I just assume. Okay. I'm holding the tail. I'm wrapping around. Pinching it with my thumb. And inserting, scooping with the hook. Thanks. And then pulling it out. Got my finger, holding it on, releasing very gently. No sudden movements. And I'm wrapping my yarn real quickly. Pinching it again. Nice and tight. Everything should be kind of semi-tight. Not super tight. You don't want to snap yarn, but... And then one chain. Then I like to move this tail out because when it gets twisted in there, it's like, too flimsy. I like to work in a clean circle like this. But if you don't mind it, keep doing it. And then I pinch these two together because we have to work over both of them for this to work. I have my fingers in here. See, I'm holding my hole. That's another thing. Sometimes maybe I fail to mention. So whenever you learn how to manipulate the yarn with your fingers, you start to use practically both your hands. So just be patient. In the very beginning, it's so hard to tell your fingers what they need to do. So if you go slow and breathe and just stop. If you're confused, don't rush it. Don't give up. Don't throw it out of your hands. Those things, or try not to, because those things I did, and it took me a while because I was just giving up. I wanted it perfect and quick myself, you know. So then, see, I'm gonna put my fingers again. I'm holding this circle firm. See right here, the tension. It's not flimsy like this. I keep it tight with my ring finger like this. See. So then, I can work more effectively. I wanted to say. Sorry, guys. English is my 5th language, and sometimes I can't find my words right. Here we go. I got my first stitch, but you see this one right here is kind of fluffy. So if I get to the end, I won't be confused, but it could be confusing. So I'm going to put a stitch marker in the very first stitch here. There, so I can see it later. And now I'm going to just work over these 2 tails. And I'm going to work 2, 3, let's say 3. So I need about 6. I'm going to tighten my circle now. It's already going to start to give me a hard time because it's plush yarn. It's what I was trying to say earlier. So I'm going to tighten it pretty much to where it's almost closed. And I'm going to try to find it and pinch it so I don't lose it. Because later on, if it's too loose, I will not be able to close the ring easily and I'll snap my yarn. That's number 4. And I'm kind of keeping this tail in front because if I lose it back here, it's just confusing. So I try to always push it forward. And then go inside the circle again. That's number 5. Good night, Nazara. I'm sorry, Joshua. Don't be discouraged. And then number 6. I don't know if Jean, you're still here. And then I got this tail. And I'm going to hold it firmly and just very gently tug. It almost has to be like a wiggle because it won't close. Oh, there it goes. It kind of gives away. Now it's closed all the way. If I had it so, and then I'm going to work into the stitch. Oh, good, Jean. I'm glad. I'm glad you're still here. So now I closed it all the way. Now I just insert where this is, or I remove it first, but I just keep an eye on where that was. And, whoa, sorry about that. And then here we go. That's my very first stitch. And I'm going to work it real quick. And now, because we're working for amigurumi or toys, it's always in a round. But if you did like blankets or something else or appliques, it's a little different. But we're doing for amigurumi. Hi, Ronnie. Oh, okay. Thanks. Here we go.
The grouse are coming.
A grouse. Oh, okay.
They're coming.
That's cool. So I got a stitch marker here. And then I'll continue. Now I want to show you real quick how tough. Oops, sorry about that. How tough it could be to. By the way, frogging also sometimes snaps your yarn because this thing is just. See, it comes undone like this. It's very sad. It's very tough to kind of play too much with this yarn. It's like you almost have to crochet and get it done. No frogging, no nothing. I'm going to show you a longer tail. See how difficult it is to close the magic circle. So I'm doing magic circle again. Yarning, pinch, reposition yarn. I didn't make it that big, but we'll see. So now I'm going to work my little 6 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3. And if you don't have a stitch marker, just use a piece of yarn. Just take a piece of yarn and string it right through here. I was going to say that earlier and I forgot. So like for example, I want to find my first stitch and I don't have a stitch marker, right? Well, I'm just going to, oops. Ronnie, I'm not making anything. I'm just kind of helping Gam and whoever wants to learn how to crochet a little bit. Not that I'm a teacher or anything. So then I pull this yarn right through. See? It's holding my stitch in place. Just a piece of yarn. Okay. I'll pull that out. Now let's see. I got... See how they have different colors? I can tell that this is number 1. And color changes at 2. Orange at 3. Pink at 4. So then I'm going to do 5. And 6. Now let's try and tighten it. Because see how the ring, I didn't tighten it at about 2, 3. Oh, thanks, Ronnie. And now I'm going to try and pull it. So you have to pinch here. And then, so you can't pull too hard or it'll snap. So you have to, so then, see, it's not going anymore. Okay, hold on. Maybe it is. I'm really getting at it. You can see my whites of my nails, how hard I'm actually pulling it. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there it went. So it does do it, but you run the risk of snapping. That's why I don't wait until the very end to close it. Because yes. Because are you working with plush, Jean, or regular? Hey, very good, Ronnie. I also sent some people over, so you should be getting some more today. Hi, Maisie. Hello, you great remember that. I'm not sure what you mean, so sorry. Jean, you still want me? Hi. Do you want me to keep showing you with this yarn or regular the easy dub? Okay, not sure what that means, but I'll go back to this yarn. Wow, this one's really wearing out. That's okay. This hook is too big for this, so I'm going to work single crochets in this circle real quick. Now with this one here, it doesn't matter how big it is. You can make it smaller in the beginning. It doesn't matter. It'll still pull. Wobbles kit knockoff. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry. But I release my hook. When I pinch, I don't just pinch here. I pinch my hook and I pinch this one because this is my working yarn right here and it needs to stay in one place. So I pinch this and this, like this, both of them. And then I take this little tail and I pull. Then you have to reposition. They call it cording. Interesting. Then you reposition and fix your circle if it needs to be. And now you pinch again. Up here, make sure everything's tight. I released a little tension here. And then you pinch and you feel it under your hands when it's done. And you feel it. Okay, there's no more movement. And now it's closed. But you could also, let me release it a little and show you. You can always release it a little so you can keep working. If you, for example, change your mind and you want to add more single crochets, you can always release it. Oops, it's starting to split because I'm overworking this yarn for sure. But okay, I'm going to add another stitch. Now, you can also do it this way. I'm not sure about cording, if that's the type of yarn maybe. I'm going to insert in this very first single crochet. You can do it this way if you want to. And then you basically do a single crochet and you secure it. And now, again, same concept. You pinch it because this is pulling out from the back here. Same thing. Under your hand, it doesn't matter. You pinch it and then you pull it. And you can still close it. I find it that it's not as effective, but it's doable, you know. When you start and you learn, as long as you learn to do the method, later on, so when I learned the basics. And then as I worked it, one time I found, hey, if I tug it now, it's perfect. If I tug it later, it doesn't work as nice. And so you learn what works better for you. For me, I don't like closing it. I like to super secure it, check it, secure right before. And then I work in that first chain. Now, it does unravel. So when you see it, for example, watch me work into it. So right now, see, I already opened a little. But let's say I add double stitches. Yes, cutie pie, of course. I'm going to do it again. So I'm working doubles in each because I'm increasing the circle to make it larger. See, this half is single and this one's double. See how big it's getting? And it's gonna stay flatter for like coasters and things, if you're making a coaster. So then I'm gonna increase just to show you what happens to that little circle. And you can always tell, if you don't have a stitch marker in there, you can always kind of see where the first row, sorry, it's so bad, the lighting, where the first row ends and this bulky part begins the second row. So I need to work one more stitch and double. But it's better to use stitch markers. I didn't have any in the beginning, so I worked blindly kinda, but it's how I learned. Now I'm on top. See, this circle like completes right here, and it looks like, you see how when you add another stitch, you can see right away that you're going up higher than the standard, which means the circle just ended here. ASS. Not sure what you mean, sorry. How do you do a... Okay, so you see the circle, how big it got as I worked into it? Now I'm going to find this little tail. And it shows me that it comes out of here, this way. So then this is the direction I pull it. So then I put my thumb on it, my finger, and I pinch it. And I pull it. Not sure what you mean. Can you tell me what ASS means? And that's it. I closed it. If I do one more row, I can safely sew this on. So I'm gonna, you know, sew it, and then it will stay in place. Basically secure the tail. So I'm gonna undo this real quick. A circle. Oh, slip stitch. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'll show you slip stitch real quick. Hold on. Cutie pie, you're hanging in there? Okay. Slip stitch is an unfinished single crochet. Kinda. Okay, I'm doing a single crochet.
What's he up to?
I guess I could have done a slower. Wow, the yarn sure is getting ugly looking. Okay, not ugly, but like, I don't know what to call it. Okay.
I'll tell you what.
I'm doing this. Here, let me show you slip stitch.
I get this making over some. I have
Since Cutie Pie didn't answer if they're still here or not. So I'm gonna work real quick. I'm gonna work another circle one more time.
I'll just come over and
Here we go. I made this one super small. You know, some of them you're gonna do some amigurumi that's gonna start with 4. Oh, don't worry, cutie. That's okay. You do it. I was gonna say, John, please. So sorry. I was gonna say, sorry, my husband's talking so loud. Okay, some amigurumi starts with like 4, and then, oh, you're in for a treat on that, or 3. Watch this. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'll show you slip stitch. Yeah, I'm working to get there. Let me pull this out, tighten it. I don't know what that means. All right. Watch this. So this is a super tiny, like if you make like a horn on a cow or something like that, or you're trying to make a pointy anything. Sometimes even flower petals. They're so tiny. It's 4 little single crochets. So what I do. Oh, why is starting with 4 harder? Because it's so small. So imagine I have to insert my hook all the way over here. Hold on, let me show you. Okay. Thanks a lot. So I'm insert. Okay. Right here. Okay. Please hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I might have to step off for a minute. So you see right here, this chain? I have to go in that chain. I have to go. Sorry, I just was told I have to get off because I need to go help somebody. But so I pull out the yarn like this, and then I insert because I can't reach if it's tight. I can't do it. So I pull out the yarn a little bit, and then I insert in this very first one. John, I asked you to please wait. Okay. This hook is too big for these tiny little. Okay, here we go. I got it. And then after I made it, before I continue, I'm gonna pull my yarn. So both of them pinch and just maneuver like you're pulling both of them, and both of them will get tighter. See how tight they got? Oh, thanks, Jean. I'm really stuttering here. And then you work that first. And then after you work that first one, you have to push in here. You have to push the yarn out like this and pinch it. And then your stitches are going to kind of become like a bowl. So then you've got your second stitch here. This hook is too big for this type of work. It's normally done with like a 2 millimeter. But anyway, so then you just work. Let me do one more and then I'll show you. And then you see you're starting to work in a little tip point. It's not a flat work. But anyway, this is the complicated, well, not complicated, it's a little more difficult magic circle start. So I'm starting a magic circle again. Oh, yeah, forgot the slip stitch. Let me do it real quick. So sorry, honey. Okay, let's get a good amount. So slip stitch. Slip stitch is to finish a work, a circle in a smooth finish. Or, okay, let me get my hook. Let me start off. So, let's do a single crochet. Okay. I'm which is yeah, right. So I'm starting the next single crochet basically. I pull the yarn through, and here, right before I finish it by just yarning over and pulling through, that's a single. I am going to instead grab the closest to the hook tip and pull it right through that second circle. That's your slip stitch. So I'll do it again. I yarn and pull like I do a single crochet, and I don't finish it. Instead, I just pull through. And thanks. And eventually, when you do it, this is how it looks when I do it quickly. And I spin it. But this is just how I do it. And I spin it through. I'll show you again. Oh, I'm running out because I'm doing slip stitches. Slip stitches also is like a finishing technique. It's not to work too much into because it, my music ended. Because it finishes your work. I don't know how to explain. So then, see, I pulled it through. And then I flip my hook around. I spin it. And I push it through. That's like how I do it. And then it's kind of quick. I pull it through, spin my hook, and pull it through. But then, you know, that's a little bit harder. You can go slow at first until you learn what it means, what it is that you're doing and what it means for your work, you know? Or you can do it this way. This is like in a tight kind of way. Because when you're working, you have to work a little bit tighter, so. I don't really have a favorite song. I use a playlist that's free of copyright because I don't want to get copyright dings on my account. Look at this yarn. All right, everyone. Gam, honey, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to maybe help you as much as you would have wanted to. Jean, you found your yarn, cutie pie. Okay, listen, guys. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I have to step away for a few minutes. I have to get some medicine for somebody that's sick. And I have to prepare it really fast. I shouldn't be more than 10 minutes about. And I'll come back. Jean, cutie pie, if you'll still be online. I don't know if you're sub to me. But I could pause the live. But then I don't want everybody waiting in the dark either. So I'm going to come off and then I'll come back. Is that okay? And we can continue a little bit longer? Sorry, this person needs it now and I need to go and get it ready. What do you say? Well, I don't think anybody wants to like look at the toys while I'm going. Aw, thanks, Jean. You're so sweet. I do want to continue helping you guys. No, cutie pie. I'm so happy that you came back. I'm just so sorry this happened. John, is there any way I could do just 5 more minutes for cutie pie? Just in case I lose them? 30 minutes? Oh, good. So I have a few. I know. Can you please not do that right now? You're kind of... No. You're looking for it? Okay, I'll be right there. I know, but that's for you enough. Just, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Let me do really quickly for you, Cutie Pie. So you said that you want to learn how to do a magic circle, or what is it that you wanted to learn? I'm so sorry. Look at this yarn. This is like a... Yeah, I will. I didn't realize that he was giving me a little bit of a buffer time. I just have to get off within a few minutes. But let me do for you. Okay, magic circle. Okay. Gam, are you still there? I hope you didn't leave and discouraged. So, I'm gonna go really slow. What brand of yarn? This one, I think it's just whatever I found at Walmart, probably. I'm not sure. Lion brand, maybe. I'm not sure. I can find out if it really is important. You're still here, honey. Okay, good. I'm so sorry. I hope you're working on that magic circle. So I'm going to hold the tail in my hand, the size of about my 4 fingers. Not too long. I don't like to. You're doing it. Yay! Good, good. Good job. So the size of my fingers, Cutie, you're listening. And then I'm going to pinch it. So I'm going to hold it in. Then I'm going to release this over my hand. Just hang out over there. I'm using my thumb to hold the yarn in place pretty much all the time. And then I like using 2 fingers. I don't like doing the whole overhand thing. So 2 fingers. I'm going to go around the fingers, basically. Because it's hanging here, I'm going around. And I'm going to make a little kind of X. And I'm going to pinch it. Okay. Then I use my hook. And I facing down. See my hook tip? And I go in. And I want to grab this yarn. So normally I pinch it between my fingers like this kind of. So I pinch it. But whatever works for you. And then I just grab it. Hey, Krista. Oh, I'm not a good teacher either. So then I pull it. See, it's hooking it. Hence the hooking part. That's called crochet. Crocheting is basically called hooking or hookers or something like that in French. It's French for hooking because you're hooking the yarn. So I'm hooking the yarn. You following me, Cutie? Okay. Then I'm going to use my index and hold this in place, and I'm going to pull my fingers out. And it's not going anywhere as long as you got this finger holding the yarn. And then I'm going to secure it however you twist it in your hand to secure the yarn. Just as long as you're doing super close. Don't start back here because then you've got the not enough tension. So I get really, really close. And I go around my middle finger like this. Everybody's got their way, but I think this is the simplest in my opinion. Because I've tried a lot of them. So anyway, I go between my ring finger and then I go over my finger here. I think Gamma's working on her magic circle too. I checked with her. And then it's super close tension and you can always release tension. But you can never start up here and come in unless you have to like let go and pull your yarn. Okay, I'm back here. Sorry. I'm adding too much information there. And then I'm pinching it down. Oh, very good. So I'm pinching it down and then I just do a yarn over, under, whatever you want, whatever works for you. Just while you're practicing. And then later you'll learn whichever techniques are over, under. But anyway, and you do a little chain. And then I got my finger back on this and I release it. And it's not going to go anywhere. See? It's here. And now, if the circle is too big, or you just want to test out and see if you did it right, you just tug on this little tail that you started with, and see it's closing it. And you can also stretch it and open it up too. See? There. And you can pull this out, leave it in, it doesn't matter, because the circle will always remain a circle, pretty much. So then you pull it tighter and then reposition again your hand. It's okay. You're going to mess up a million times before you might get it right. That is all part of the process. And you just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Pull the yarn. Start again. Grab it. Grab it. 2 fingers. Or the whole hand. It doesn't matter. Whatever's easy for you. Okay, Lonely. Thank you for hanging out. Love to you. Okay. Tail in my hands. 2 fingers out. And make the X. You see that X? Pinch it. Let it go. It's not going anywhere. You move your fingers. Whatever happens, you can even let it go. You've got a little circle. As long as you're pinching it, it's gonna be there and you can work with it. Even if you don't keep your fingers in, you can still work with it. So pinch it. This is the way I do it anyway when I work. And I'm pinching with my 2 fingers here. Which you don't have to do that just yet. But eventually you'll understand that each finger is a tool. And you can use any finger for your benefit. And I'm gonna put it back. Bye-bye, Lonely. See you later. I'm gonna put my hook back and I'm going to hook it. Or if you can't hold it like this, I guess even if it's loose, you can still hook it. So I stick it in and I hook the yarn and I bring it out. I'm doing it loose, kind of like somebody that's learning. But see, I'm about to pinch with my fingers and pull it down. Because it's like instinctively, I'm already trying to. Sorry, but if you got it loose like this, that's okay. Watch. Put your index and hold it. And then you just pull the back down a little bit. See? And bring yourself back. You can always manipulate the yarn back to where it needs to be. Or scratch. And start again. Grab 2 fingers, little X. Pinch the X. Keep it in place. I like to release it. You leave your fingers if you want in. Stick your hook in through here. I never work backwards like that. So that's like, I don't know. But it's always from here, from inside your hand area. In and pull through. It's okay. I'm doing it kind of this way because it's probably how you're doing it. Since you don't know yet how probably to use your fingers to your advantage. So that's why I'm doing it. But here we go. It's doable. Don't worry. And now you pinch it. Make sure so you don't lose it. It'll stay in place while you move your hand and get in position. If you can't do yarning yet, that's okay. Just remove it out of the way and try and hold this part. And try to pinch. I know it's too hard probably, but try and pinch this part with your hands. All of it. So I have this hook. See, my hook is holding this. This part you don't touch. This part is the working yarn. Forget about it. And you see the circle? You just come to the circle and the whole thing, just pinch it. Bye, Joshua. Bye. And you just pinch the whole circle and you hold it. Of course, this working yarn, you kind of have to as well. But point is you want to get the circle and hold it tight so you can do this little slip. This little chain. Okay. Well, I don't know who's following, but I'll finish it. And then you can let it go and you're done. Like, this will not move. It's going to stay here. Now, what I do is I pull this out. I like to pull this tail out because when I leave it in, it kind of gets tangled eventually. But always keep in mind, you've got one side of the circle. On this side has no yarn. This one comes through. These have to always remain together. So when you're working, hold them together. Oh, that's okay. Good job restarting. Pinch these 2 together. I stick my finger in here. See, my ring finger comes in because it keeps it tight. You see how tight the tension is? Where if it's like this, see how loose it is? So I stick it in and I hold it tighter so I can work better. And then you insert into the circle around your fingers, around your hands. And then you pull a loop. There's 2 on your hook. And then you yarn and pull through both. And that's your first single crochet. Oops, my yarn is starting to split terribly. And Jean, okay, wonderful. And then I suggest you learn to add a slip stitch. Gosh, a stitch marker. Aw, thanks, Joshua. Love to you. That's my half a heart. And you stick your See this little V right there? These two little lips. You put your stitch marker in it, and it'll also keep your first stitch looser, and it'll be easier to work in when you come back to it. Oh yes, Krista, thank you, honey, for coming in and stopping in and saying hello. Appreciate it. And now I'm gonna just keep working until I get to the other side, and this this marker will wait for me there. Okay, sorry, I keep calling it slip stitch. The stitch marker. Okay, Gam. So I'm gonna finish this real quick, and then I have to go, guys. Okay. All right. Because my husband's waiting to take that medicine to the sick person. Okay. And then see, it's waiting for me right here. So now either you try to see, this is too big of a hook. This is not the right hook, guys. But you insert right next to the stitch marker. See, I did it. There. And now you yarn over and or under, whatever you want. And then you make your first single crochet and then remove the marker. Thanks, guys. Oh, if you want to learn more like this, I can do lives more where I do this, I guess. I didn't know that there will be so many of you interested. And then what I do is I kind of, whatever, leave a big tail. You come back to it. And then you find a stitch marker and you put it back into the first one so you can continue working. Now, this is a little trick for if you take out your hook. Don't fret, I was going to say. Don't worry. Hold on. My little baby came. Oh, you got me a picture that you drew, my little angel. Oh, thank you. She's one, guys. She's one. She's a little baby. Okay. You see right here? Now, the way you figure which way to insert. Yes, baby. Hold on. Which way is you pull the working yarn and see which one moves. Which one's moving? The very top one here. So I find it real quick. And see, this one's moving. That means the hook has to go in so this yarn stays in the front. So I'll be inserting it this way. And now I'm going to pull it down, and I brought my hook back in at the right position. See, because when you release it and you let go and you come back and you're like, where do I insert? It could get tangled. So it took me a long time to actually figure out this part. So I wanted to share it real quick, and then I'm going to go. I could go this way. See where the working yarn is moving is in the back. But it's not going to look as neat, and it's better to just learn to be correct from the beginning. That way you don't have any hiccups. Because I don't know if it unravels. I'm sure maybe it doesn't matter, but I did see that it doesn't look as neat. So, see the working yarn? That one's moving. So I insert it and make sure that the working is over this side, right in front of me. There. See, the working yarn is in front. So whenever you're working, anytime, watch, the working yarn is in the front. It moves in the front. You're trying to bite me, you silly girl. Are you hungry? Sorry, she's nursing, guys, so she's... Yes, baby, hold on. All right. I know. I have to go. Anyway, so the working yarn is in the very front. So whenever you lose your spot, come back to the all right, guys, I'll try and come back later and we'll do a little bit more practicing, and I'll try to practice with the bigger yarn, fluffier, prettier yarn. Love to everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day if I won't see you later, and enjoy watching some of my shorts if you like crochet stuff. They're just for entertainment, not really for teaching, but maybe you like watching. Gam, hearts to you. I'm so sorry that I probably didn't do such a good job, but we will practice later again, okay? Bye, Jean. I'm so happy that that you came on my live and we got to work a little bit. I hope that you learned something new. I would love for you to come back later if you want, or I mean like another time. Ronnie, thank you. Joshua, thank you. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you later, maybe. Krista, you probably left, not sure, but bye, everybody. Love to you all. Thanks for subscribing. Bye. Bye, Ronnie. Bye. Oh, I'm so glad. Of course. You're welcome. Sorry, maybe. Look at this little baby. Show your little hand. Bye bye. Oh, she's like, I am so done, mommy. Okay. All right. Love you all. Bye bye.